if there was any confusion as to the song, it was Awaken, and it's one of the League of Legend trailer world tournament songs. They seem to have pretty damn good songs and pretty good cinematics for those ones. So if this is the type of stuff you actually find interesting, I highly recommend you actually check out a few of those. They're pretty good songs. They're pretty good songs. Now, back to the topic of how much the man loved his wife and all of that. Something that really struck my mind during this little break was, and I remember I had this conversation and I was sort of talking to a few guys in Japan. I visited a friend that I was there for a month and I was running around. And I was sort of talking to people and what the expectation is, particularly with young people in their 20s. Because in Japan, there's sort of a little bit of an expectation that you get married and you start a family in your mid to late 20s. You know, early 20s is the expectation for females, and sort of for males, it's like mid to late 20s, you know, sort of thing. Because they're into that very traditional outlook of, you know, the guy can be 5-6 years older than the woman, and, you know, they start a family and all that sort of stuff. And the guy pretty much mentioned it. She wants to manage the money in the household. He's supposed to work. So he's supposed to be a salary man and a provider for the family. And she's supposed to be the housewife that looks after the kids in the household and does the budgeting and all that sort of stuff. And then there was the whole topic of the child rates in Japan are going down dramatically. People are not having children. You know, people are not getting married. And it's all sort of like, what's going on? How did that fix this problem? And I'm sort of like, hang on. So it's an expectation for you guys to basically be married and start families at the age of like 20, 25, right? It's like, yeah. And I'm like, so how are the salaries and whatnot? It's like, oh, well, they're pretty low considering. It's like, and how's the cost of living? It's like, well, it's getting pretty higher. And I'm like, okay, so what would your life look like if you're the provider for a family and, you know, you're married and you're working? It's like, well, you work 5, maybe 6 days a week. You're at work. And if you're the sole provider for the family, you basically never see your kids. And what does the wife do? It's like, well, the wife is looking after the house, budgeting, cooking, raising the kids, taking them to school and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm like, I'm like, so what's the problem in society? It's like, oh, well, guys aren't interested in getting married anymore. And I'm like, I wonder why. Imagine working 5-6 days a week. And I'm not talking 8-hour days. I'm talking 10, 11-hour days to provide for your family. Fair enough. But you barely never get to see them. Oh, okay. What's the alternative? You don't get married and you don't have these multiple kids and you don't have to work as hard? Oh. Huh. See what I mean? Let's continue. Episode 20. We had to have that discussion at some point, considering this episode is going to talk about marriage and stuff. Serious topic. I don't want to get into it. Is this a flashback episode? That's him, isn't it? Strapping young lad. For a second I thought he had Sasuke hair. Standard kendo swing. Oh, I love how it says, what is a woman doing out here? Really? She's the sword saint? You're joking. You're joking. Go for it. Oh. Say yes. I think that kind of explains it. She was his first and only love. Oh yeah, that would sting. That leaves a mark. Especially if you've been together for a while. Real couple goals. You and your wife get hired into the same position and rotate days so you can each work half and are home half. Yeah. If you both sort of work part-time and it works, I mean, like, fuck yeah. Dude, I feel... Dude. No wonder. I mean, he looks like a teenager in that flashback. Poor guy. Yeah, he's got every right to want to kill the whale. Wait, are those magical cannons? Did it blind it? Right, it blinds it. So it's going to use its senses. A flare? Don't look at it! I think it's more accurate to say that this thing is a leviathan. Damn. Okay, so they didn't go in half-cocked. Personally, I would have staggered the cannons a little bit, but this is not my war. I get that they wanted to synchronize the shots a lot better. And I'm sure they have a few useful magic users nearby. Though, I'm actually curious. Could Puck take out the whale? We've seen how massive he is. And how much magical power he has. I would be curious to see that happen. I wonder how they're going to down the whale. I don't think it uses any sort of wings to flap, so I'm really curious to see how they're going to down it. No, I don't want the answer. I'm just curious. Guys, the things that I say don't require an answer. It's just the questions in my head. Unless I explicitly really ask for an answer, don't do it. Don't do it. Let me enjoy this. You're excited. Say you're excited. Say you're excited. Fear and excitement are the same chemical compound. Your body can't tell the difference. Just tell yourself you're excited. Woof! What was that? You're shitting me. She did a Getsu Got 10 show? Why didn't she give that sword to your right-hand man? He's the sword master. I wonder what sort of weapon he has. I would stagger. Good. Good, good, good. Keep flanking it. Is he going in? Because fuck gravity. Oh no, there's gravity. But couldn't you do more damage cutting sideways? No, it's got really quick regeneration. Yeah, it's not grounded. The cuts aren't deep enough. What about targeting fins and things like that? Would you be able to sever it? Are you able to sever any of its body parts? Maybe an eye? Oh, he's doing the thing again. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now we're really getting somewhere. I'm assuming it can't just regenerate it. Can it just regenerate an eye? If it can, you're just absolutely fucked. I think it's mad. Oh no, it's calling for help? Well, this is definitely phase 2. Okay, that looks like a defensive measure. It must be trying to escape. Or it's trying to change the battlefield to its advantage. I wouldn't use fire right now if I were you. Um, I hate to be that guy, but that's that's not the type of swing you use for that weapon. You're using the wrong blade for that swing, boy. So, how are you going to coordinate your troop movements now? I hope you have something in mind. Because sight isn't going to work. And they're dying now. You didn't anticipate this? Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Now's not the time to worry about numbers. Oh, shit! You know who this reminds me of? Danganronpa Zero. Don't get distracted. It's purely psychological. Well, sort of psychological? That's because you don't use mana, you asshole. Yeah, good luck doing that. Where you gonna return to death to? She's gonna get pissed from abusing that mechanic like that. Wait! Every single time he dies, you see more and more of her. Oh, you son of a bitch, you better not abuse it too much. Oh crap, that would have fucked my theory. I would have abused it so... Son of a bitch. I would have abused the mechanic to the point that she would have probably been completely visible. If I'm correct with my hypothesis. Oh shit. Wait, you could do that from the beginning? Why didn't you open up with that attack? Do it again! According to this anime, dying repeatedly is bad. Go for the eye! The eye, damn it! Make it blind! It uses its sight! Wait, what? No. Don't underestimate it. Just finish it off. Okay, so you can cut off bits and pieces of it. How did you survive that fall? I mean, that would have been one of the first things I would have done. Slowly hack away at it and take its eyes out. But, you know, I can't complain. Maybe you should spread the fuck out. Maybe you shouldn't stop! You might be in the eye of the storm. Get out of the way! Fucking hell! Get out of the way! Stop grouping up, damn you! Oh, son of a bitch! At least take a tonsil on the way down. Hmm? Did she just Goku him? I gotta give the man credit. He didn't go for like an easy girl with a pretty face. He went for the most OP boss bitch he could find. I like it. I respect this man. Take a tonsil on the way down. God damn it. That's the understatement of the century. Saved by the furry. Let me guess, a second whale? Well, fuck. Well, fuck. Well, fuck. Bitch called friends. I knew that call was something. Well, fuck. This is why you don't give your opponent an opportunity to do anything. You finish it. Do as I say, not as I do. But you finish it. Don't pull a Gohan. It never works. Don't do a Vegeta. It never ends well. You know what's the fucked part? You don't know which whale killed the Sword Saint. So you could have just literally been picking on the wrong whale the entire time. Imagine being a purely innocent whale that hasn't done anything to anyone, and all these people start hacking at you. But her speed was just bullshit level. Like, I get, her technique was flawless, but the speed at which she was pulling it off was just pure bullshittery. Maybe that's why they call it Sword Saint. Maybe that's why they call it the Sword Saint. Because it's not just being a master, it's just being next level. That being said, is there only one Sword Saint per generation? Or is it something like a Super Saiyan where, you know, one happens every now and then that's just almost godlike? Sword Saint equals bullshit sword skill. Well, that's the understatement of the century. Though, I gotta respect the man for marrying the Sword Saint. One per generation, it is passed down to kins. Wait, does that mean that Thingo is his red hair? Reinhard, you son of a bitch. Is that Reinhard's dad? Red hair. She had red hair. I gotta give respect to the old man. He found the Sword Saint and he's like, you know what? I'm marrying that woman. I respect that. Grandpa. So their kid would have been Sword Saint and then it got passed down to Reinhard. But look, I gotta say, wait, so where the fuck is Reinhard? But I gotta say, wait, Felt. Well, Felt would totally be in on this. Felt would totally be in on this. Where's Reinhard? If he's the Sword Saint, where is he? He's got, you know, the green princess girl, the Russian capitalist princess girl, and suddenly Felt, the one girl that actually owes him a favor and whose friend's life he saved, is not in the battle? Come on, guys. Felt would have been like one of the first people I would have gone to talk to if I needed help. She owes you one. that aside, I gotta respect the man. He found out that the girl he was hanging out with is a badass sword saint that could kick his butt, and his reaction was, you know what? I'm gonna marry you. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that old man. I respect and admire the old man. I give him a salute. That man deserves respect.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.